good afternoon. My name is Illa from the Consumer and Investor Office at the Securities Commission Malaysia. Welcome to our Digital Literacy for Seniors program today. Today's webinar is on Pandemic Derailed My Retirement Plan. On behalf of the SC, I wish to record our appreciation to higher seniors for their assistance in promoting this program. We are pleased to have with us today Ms. Linnet Lee from FPAM to present on the topic Pandemic Derailed My Retirement Plan. Allow me to share a brief background on Linnet. Linnet Lee is the CEO of Financial Planning Association of Malaysia, also known as FPAM. It is a non-profit organization. She spearheaded this CMDF-funded smartway.my, a financial education website for the public with the access to certified licensed financial planners. Her financial literacy media experiences includes Bernama, BFM 89.9, Focus Malaysia, Astro Awani, Money Compass, and Business Today. Financial literacy talks conducted for Tokyo Marine Insurance, Si Hoi Chan, Securities Commission Malaysia, and Bursa Malaysia. Her professional experiences are, she is a licensed financial planner, financial advisor representative, a tied agent, and estate planner. She has held employment positions in management, sales, operation, and admin positions. After Ms. Linnet's presentation, if you can please stay tuned to the end of the session, as we will be having a short Q&A session followed by a pop quiz session for all participants. Also, a reminder to all participants to take part in our survey. The link will be shared shortly. Next. Please do follow us on our social media platform for useful information on investing and latest updates on our initiatives. Now, I am pleased to pass over to Ms. Linnet to share her presentation on Pandemic Derailed My Retirement Plan. Linnet, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ila, for your kind introduction. And thank you to SC and InvestSmart for giving me the opportunity to share. Today's session, we're going to talk about what happens when someone's financial retirement plan gets derailed by the pandemic. So let me just very quickly go to the next slide. As Ila has already said, that this month is Financial Literacy Month. InvestSmart is also organizing events, all for public. I'd like to also share something that's going on in the international scene as well. Month of October, between 4th to the 10th is World Investor Week, celebrated by all Securities Commission worldwide. It's also World Financial Planning Day, hosted by Financial Planning Standards Board, supported by FPAM. And towards the end, the 31st of October is World Savings Day, organized by Savings Bank all over the world. And what are all this for? These are all happening in October every year, just for you. So if you enjoyed this month and the learnings that you have, do come back every year, because there will always be something different for you to share with you. So with that, just a short disclaimer to say that whatever that I'm sharing with you on screen are just ideas and tips, but it does not constitute an advice. If you want an advice, you need to speak to a licensed financial planner, for which you can either source it from Securities Commission under list of license holders, or you can come to smartfinance.my. We have listed all the planners who are fully certified. All right. So next, let me start the session by sharing some quick statistics for you. This slide is to let you know that the aging process in Malaysia is faster pace than Europe or Australia. We are almost at par with Asia as well as the Pacifics. And one area of concern is that old age income protection and care services for older people is becoming more crucial. This is something that we need to look at both for ourselves as well as if you are younger, then you're younger and tuning in for your loved ones, your aging parents as well. Okay, so let's have a look at some retirement quick tips. Now, I start early in my slide to address the pandemic and how it has derailed one's retirement. The reason is because then I can delve a little bit deeper into what else one needs to look at during your retirement. Okay, so we start by saying that everybody would have a retirement plan. All right. And when someone has a retirement plan, there are a few things that they would want to look at, some needs, some goals that they want. And these are the common ones that you will see. So people who runs business, they will probably want to do succession planning so that either the business can go on, or if there's no one to take over the business, they may want to sell it off to someone else, or maybe another family member may want to take over. So why do we do retirement planning? So that all of us can have a happy retirement. We want our golden years to shine. Now, along the way, as we chug along, making our plans or even enjoying our plans, along came this naughty virus. And this naughty virus is not just in Malaysia. It terrorized the whole world. And as a result of that, many people's lives are changed, including retirement plans. It's derailed, as shown in the picture earlier. So what can we do? Is this the end of the world? No, there's a lot more we can do. The first thing to do is not to panic, but to calm down. Second thing is we need to do revision. And what do we want to revise? We need to revise our plan. Now, relook at our current plan and say, hey, where are we now? What is our current cash flow? How much has it changed compared to the original, right? Investment portfolio also, I understand that people who invested in March 2020, they were very happy people because they made some money there and then they jumped out. So investment portfolio will change. Not necessarily for the worse, it could have been for the better. It doesn't matter. It's very personal. It depends on each and every one of you. So this is one area you also need to look at. Now, you also need to review your retirement cash flow and see, do you still want to stick to pre-pandemic, or because of the new normal and things that you foresee are going to change, things that you used to plan for, you may not need anymore. Things that you never planned for, you may need to add on. What are those? Well, maybe you may want to put in, at least for the next 2 or 3 years, extra costs to do self-COVID tests, buy mask. No one ever budgeted for buying a mask or buying sanitizers and all those. So those things will come into your expenses, your cash flow. What else do you want to see? Your retirement date. Are you ready? If it's not, then do you need to extend your retirement date? All right. If you need to, by all means, but start planning now. Relook at your plan. What else? Retirement expenses. What you originally planned to spend during your retirement, you need to relook at it now. Enough? Do you need to increase? Do you need to save more? Or can you scale down? All right. Also, the activities that you would want to do. Certain things that you may not want to do. Maybe you may not want to travel for the next 3 years. You will delay your traveling. Maybe you want to also look at how you travel. Those days, it's very easy. I love staying in Malaysia because what you need to do is you just grab your bag and then you go out the door, your car keys. Today, you must make sure you bring your handphone or else you cannot go anywhere. You must make sure you update your status. If not, your MySejahtera not clear, they won't let you in. You need to make sure you wear your mask so that you're okay. Your sanitizers must be in your handbag or in your phone. So this becomes our new norm already. So these are things that we want to look at as well. So with that, then this is what you need to do to make sure that your retirement plan is back on rail. Okay. Now, are there more to it? And this is where the next few slides is going to give you an idea. Maybe as you're looking through your retirement plan, have you considered these areas for yourself? Okay. So components to a successful retirement, all right? Different people have different types of retirement lifestyle to want. There are those who come and tell me, Linnet, I want FIRE. I want to have financial independence and retire early. I know someone who told me that she wanted to retire at 35 with a big bungalow, and then she wants to have a latest BMW because she doesn't want her relatives to look down on her. So we sat down. That time I hold a license. Now I don't hold a license because I'm working for FPAM. So I cannot give personal advice. So and I'll show you how to do that if you need one after this talk. So as I work out for her, I told her, I said, if you want to do that at the age of 35, you must have how many million in your bank account. And I know for a fact that she only have 10,000 in savings because she came to me and said, I have this 10,000 which I want to invest. When I asked her whether she has put in place emergency savings, and all that, she said she doesn't have. So when I told her the amount of money, she says, oh, I think I need to go back and relook. So I said, yes, maybe you can sit down and work out your retirement plan. So she cannot FIRE. So this is an example of what retiring early is about. There's a lot of things you need to look into. And then there's another group of people who have enjoyed life in their working life. They've gone to 5-star hotels, they've traveled business class, first class. But when they retire, they think, I don't need to have all of those because I've had the opportunity to enjoy. I think I would like to scale down so that I can enjoy and go more places now that I have more time. So economical, I can travel economy, I can stay in 3-star hotels, it's all right. So that will be the lifestyle they want. And for people who feel that they've seen it all, they're very happy with their life. Now they just want to retire to a quiet, simple life, bare minimum. I also have known people who kind of tell me, Linnet, I'm decluttering. I don't want a lot of things so that when I pass on from this earth, I don't leave a lot of things for my family members and my loved ones to declutter. So they go Zen, downsize house, don't have cars, they eat simple meals. And they are very happy people. They're really very happy people because they feel that they're just living a very simple life. And then there are those who have the means and they want to continue their luxurious life that they have now into a luxurious retirement. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. It's all about personal circumstances and personal choice. And the other one are the illustrious people, the people who cannot sit still, that if you ask them to sit down and don't do anything, they will fall sick. So they will always have to find something to do. These are the people who will tell you that I enjoy retirement because I work because I want to and not because I'm forced to and I need to. So that is another lifestyle, retirement lifestyle that one may have. So how do you ensure that you are able to enjoy the lifestyle that you want? Now, you must really, really take care of your intellectual capacity. When I say intellectual capacity, I'm not saying that you need to go and take your MBA, your PhD and all that. Intellectual capacity means that your ability to learn, your ability to pick up things, to this Invest Smart and the whole of Financial Literacy Month, there are tons of videos, tons of webinars and panel sessions for you to learn from. And you need to be able to maintain your mental capacity so that you are able to learn things. We only stop learning the day we die. And so long as we're living, we need to learn, all right? And people who don't have degree, the vocational people, they also need to learn a bit more about their trade, how they're going to do. And I want to give you a little bit of example, a lot closer to home. My father is a senior citizen. He is 80 years old this year. And I kind of taught him, I said, hey, Dad, because he was looking for manuals. So I said that I'm going to show you how to go and search for videos. He wanted to repair a very sophisticated pipe, tap, which he installed in the kitchen sink. So he wants to do the repair himself, not because he cannot afford to get someone to do it, but it's just that he likes to keep his mind active. So I showed him once how to do it. The next day, I actually saw him looking through YouTube and then looking for things to go and fix, and he fixed that. So these are the things that keep your mind going and keep your body healthy. Next area I want to talk about is psychological, financial health. So financial health begins today and as early as possible. If you ask a rule of thumb, when do you start planning for retirement? Well, the best is, and this is something which if you are retired today, you might want to share with your children or your grandchildren. If you're going to stay in retirement for 25 years, it is best for you to start planning 25 years before. Why? Because then it'll be an easy way to save and invest. It's not a hard climb. If you wait until you think you have money or you're ready, the time may not be on your side and you have to do a lot more, save a lot more too. So that is why financial health is very important, and having emergency money. Since 2020, we have had FPAM has members who are licensed financial planners. We have had an opportunity of 3 planners sharing with us their clients' experience. And I must thank their clients for being so benevolent to share their own personal journey. They have actually done their financial plan 2 years before the pandemic. Each of them did not expect the pandemic to happen. But nevertheless, when it did happen, the wonderful part is they felt very comfortable and comforted to know that they have a plan in place. All they need to do is just adjust. They don't have to scramble because salary get cut, job got cut, because there's emergency money to go for. So these are financial situation that you need to be prepared for, and make sure that you have all your backup plans as well. What else is important? Psychological health. Why psychological health? Well, psychological health will help us to balance and maintain the well-being of our body, mind, and spirit. Then you'll probably ask me, hey, Linnet, isn't that body healthy, then only mind? Actually, it's the other way around. If you talk to people who does psychology, they will tell you that it is your mind that controls your body. Why? How disciplined are you in keeping your health? How disciplined are you in managing your finances? It's all from your brain, your mind, your mindset, your attitude towards your money that will decide how well you are able to manage both body as well as money, as well as our what. So that's why psychological health is very important. And if you delve a little bit deeper, it also look at our mental health. And mental health is a challenge, especially during the pandemic. However, if you are prepared, you are able to weather the storm, this pandemic storm, a little bit better. But nevertheless, even the best of us need help. And I don't mind sharing with you that just recently, I put the whole team, including myself, into a group therapy. I actually hired a psychologist to walk us through, just to make sure that we have a pulse on our stress level, mental stress level during this pandemic. Because as I said, to the very best of us, it will still take a toll on us. So we are having a series of sessions with this psychologist. So no longer is it a stigma to talk to a psychologist. If you think you really need help, please go talk to them. They will help to reset you so that your body and your mental state is balanced, and you are able to continue your retirement, or to be able to complete your retirement plan. So with a physical and mental capacity balance, it will also then help us to have a better behavior, as well as to enjoy how we socialize with people. So all these areas are very important. Money is important, but you also need all of this working together with your money for you to have a happy retirement. So the next thing I wanted to look at is, let's take a magnifying glass and look at each stage of retirement, pre and post. Stage 1, most of us have gone through. It's the 15 years before retirement. We are so busy with working, making ends meet, making sure children got food on the family got food on the table, children get to study. So we don't really start thinking about retirement. It is very common for you to see that it's only the EPF, and thank God we have mandatory savings in EPF. At least we have something to fall back on, better than nothing at all. Okay. Then it came stage 2, 5 years beforehand. That's when you start to focus, realization that I'm going to retire. What do I need to focus on? Some people may want to start planning to retire. I know I did. Today I'm debt free. I've paid out my car loan, my house loan. I have no more loans. Okay. The only little bit of debt that I have is my credit card that I spend, and I pay it all off every month. Then some people, if they don't have the know-how, they may seek the advice of a financial planner. Now, stage 3 is I would say is a fun part. It is the anticipation, because if you have planned well, you can't wait to retire, because you don't have to wake up, you don't have by a certain time, you don't have to clock in. You can do what you want. And I love the honeymoon years. I've seen friends and relations go through the three months after retirement. They really enjoy life. Okay, so if you are well prepared, that is how you feel. But if you are not, and you find that do I really have enough for me to retire? Anxiety may step in. All right. So this is the time when you see people start doing health as well as financial reviews. Some companies even they hire doctors to come and talk to the people who are nearer to retirement to make sure that they take care of all that before they retire. And some may even hire people to come and talk. I have done so for a group of people talking about pre-retirement and what to do in retirement. Then the stage 4 is yay, retire already. Those who are ready, prepared, they're liberated, they enjoy. Those who are not, they will start worrying. How do I make ends meet? Is my company going to, if the company extend a contract, they still have that little bit more time. But if they don't, then they say, what can I do now to earn money so that to fund my retirement? So it is also a time to adjust financial as well as health conditions. Okay, change lifestyle. Then comes the reorientation stage, whereby aches and pains start coming in a little bit. You may see your medical bills start creeping up a little bit on you. If you have insurance, well and good. If you don't, then you need to apportion a part of your savings to go into that. Okay, and surprisingly, a lot of people only at this stage they start looking at passive income. I like to think that the audience who are listening in, by virtue of the fact that you're here, you probably would have done that long time ago already. And I applaud you if you have done. Congratulations. Because passive income is all the more crucial at this point in time. And if you can have that, that would be great, because it is one worry of you. You just focus on your health and your mental condition so that you can enjoy the rest of your life. Now comes stage 6, reconciliation. And that's when your body won't listen to your brain already. You want to do some things, it doesn't. Why? Because hardware will have wear and tear. And for some people, they may need to replace hardware also. You know, like some people have heart transplant, kidney transplant. You know, these are things that may happen. And it is during this stage, the psychological effect will be, this is where a lot of seniors people tend to treasure family ties. It's very important to them. And also sometimes, because of the hardware, they may not be able to recall things too much. So they may need people to help them in their finances. And that's why it's good, before you come to that stage, to start asking yourself, who are the people you can trust? What are the tools, planning tools that you can use, so that if you reach this stage, you know this will step in. For example, people may have power of attorney in case they fall sick and they cannot manage their finances. There is someone whom they trust to take over. Maybe they can talk to the banks and say, hey, you know, if I'm laid off because I need to go to hospital for a while, my finances, how can I manage it? You know, so these are things you need to look at. And your investment, how are you going to do? Find out from the investment companies that you work with, either be it the securities company or the unit trust company or the PRS providers. Okay. Then last is the end of life. End of life is a stage where one would surrender oneself to the people who look after you, your caregiver and your loved ones. All right. Palliative care is what you look at. By the way, in case you're not aware, there are palliative care organization called the hospice. Different ones will cater for different groups of people. Some cater for just cancer patients. Others will be other patients, but with terminal conditions. Okay. Now, the preparation for end of life, which is the 7th stage, is the one that you need to really do beforehand, because by that time you really don't have that choice already. Your last rites must be already in place and is on standby, and then settling of assets already. So with all of this, why am I sharing all of this? Is because if you are reviewing your retirement plan, or you want to re-look at it, maybe if you have not looked at all this, you might want to, hey, you know, review and see whether you have this in place. Unfortunately, the towards the end of life, when we have webinars that talk about retirement, about protection or about estate planning, most of the time we don't get many people coming in. But having said that, because I am surrounded by senior citizens in terms of family members and relations, they start asking me a lot of questions. And in the back of my mind, it says that, you know, when there are all these talks going around, it would have been good if you had listened, then you would not have panicked. Can you tell me who is a good undertaker? What happens if person, I want to know what people are going to do when I'm not around anymore. So all these things you need to think through. No pantang. There's nothing to pantang about. It's about being prepared so that you are able to, you know what is coming and you don't worry. Okay, and you can enjoy your retirement. Okay, so what's next? All right. So what are the instruments that you put in place? You need to have your savings, your planning, your protection. Protection is either takaful insurance. We'll talk about that a bit later. Your investments, your tax planning, and your estate planning. Okay, so when is a good time to start planning? Well, regardless, I think it's your state of condition that you're in now. And my advice to a lot of people is please start planning while your mental capacity is intact. Okay, while you're physically able, all right, like if you need to move, downsize to a smaller house. I realize a lot of people say, oh, this is my house, I want to stay until the end of the days. Then when children start moving out or going overseas and settling overseas, they are stuck. They say, oh no, this house is really too big for me. But by then you're so tired, you don't want to pack your things. You know, the thought of having to pack things and throw away things so they can move and to look for another house, you know, to settle payments and all that, it becomes daunting. So when you are physically able, please do that. Prepare. Someone actually told me that I need to do this, and I'm just passing on the valuable lesson that I learned. And your energy level is high because while our mental capacity may still be good, sometimes body don't listen, as I just said. So you must do that. And whilst you still have network to put in place, a network of friends, a network of people to help you to put your plan in place. All right. Also, please scam proof yourself. Make sure that you have go-to places, websites that you need to go to. I think you've seen a lot of all those videos that were shown, and I think they're all very true. It's based on true life situation, and do that. Have that in place, in check. And when you're not sure it's something that you've never seen before, on the side of caution, say no. It's better to have missed an investment opportunity than to step into one where money all gone. So although I am in this line, and if you ask me, my risk is moderately aggressive, but in circumstances, when I'm not very sure and I don't feel comfortable, trust your gut feeling, I will say no one. And I have no regrets, because you know why? There's so many investment opportunities. Go for the genuine ones. Those iffy ones, leave them aside. Okay. What's next? Protection needs post-retirement. Of course, before you retire, I'm sure you will have your insurance and all that. Now, these are the situations that a person faces in retirement. So what are the types of of protection tools that you may have? These are some of them: takaful insurance, this one hospitalization, long-term care and family takaful, so that you can go to a nursing home of your choice or a retirement home of your choice. Death or living too long, these are annuities. Disability, you must have total and permanent disability. Personal accident, because as we get older, we tend to have a higher chance of falling down. And then our assets, if you are staying on your own and your houses and all that, buy insurance, because at least if anything should happen, your insurance will pay for you. It helps you to cover part of the risk, so you don't have to dip into your retirement savings. So this is very important. Next, what do we want to look at? Investment. Now, I want to delve a little bit about investment before retirement. So these are all the goals that you would probably want in life, common ones. These are information that you would need to know, so that you will be able to plan what, and how much and when you need to invest, right? Children, university costs, we will delve into that. Or if you want to have more details, go talk to planners on each of these goals. They can help you. They are equipped to. So once you have all this information in place, you can start investing based on those goals. How you notice is always by when, your time frame, how much you need, how much you have now, and what is the gap. And most importantly, you must always have different portfolios for different goals that you want, so that when you achieve one, all the other goals, portfolios, investment portfolios for your other goals are all intact. So that is very important. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That is what is meant. Now, asset allocation for diversification. Diversify in itself is not good enough. The asset allocation means you put into different assets like banking stocks, and then you put into banking stocks, then you look into trading stocks. So have different asset classes so that you are better diversified. That talk, I will leave you to attend those that are going investment talks. I think Wee Kok Hua has given a talk. You might want to go and listen to him. There's a recording of it. What else? Post-retirement, when you retire, there are still things that you want to do. You retire from work. You don't retire from life. You still want to enjoy life. Emergency fund is always a must. No matter what, it will be there until the end of our days. Now, instead of having your own home, when some people, after a time, they find that looking after a house is so tiring, waking up to make sure that your house is clean and all those paying bills, headache, too much headache. So they rather go to either a care home or a nursing home or even a retirement home. So have you budgeted for it? Your retirement portfolio, your money cannot retire. Only you can retire because it needs to fund you. All right. Holidays still must go. Gifting, weddings lah, birthdays lah, grandchildren got 5 A's. You want to be able to give them something. It makes you happy. It makes them happy. These are things that you want to have. So you still need to invest. The only thing is your investment will be a little bit different. And again, keep your portfolio different. Make sure you have someone reliable who can help you in your investment. All right. If you are very good at it yourself, congratulations. Just continue to keep yourself busy and make sure you track your investments. All right. Next, we are looking at estate planning overview. All right. We have worked so hard for our life. We've enjoyed our money. When the time comes, we must make sure that whatever we left behind is given to the right people at the right time and the right amount. And also, where possible, we want to optimize the amount that we are able to give out so that we can provide for them. But there are leakages like expenses, leakages like taxes, debts that need to be paid. So what are the debts? Credit card loans, credit card debts, sometimes a little bit of personal loans you might have taken, expenses like probates, admin fees, funeral expenses, taxes, property gains tax. People who have not paid their income tax in their lifetime, sometimes they need to pay because LHDN is very efficient. When people pass away, they really check on. Okay, I'm speaking from experience, and some of you may have seen that, known somebody who has been approached by LHDN, and the joke goes that nowadays LHDN is trying to be more human. Every birthday they will send birthday greetings to all the taxpayers. The common reaction I get from taxpayers is, this morning, my birthday, I woke up, I saw this message from LHDN. I was thinking they're asking me for more money. So it looks like the good intention of LHDN strikes more fear than anything else to us. Instead of us being happy, we are more worried. Hey, why is LHDN contacting? I paid all my taxes already. So these are things that you need to look at, so that you are able to take care of your loved ones. And also one more thing that you also want to take care is for yourself, and that's where trust comes in as well. If we are not able to manage our finances, if we have a trust, we can put ourselves as a beneficiary, and the trust can help us to pay for bills. But like I said, you need to find people who are trustworthy to help you to manage this trust as well. Okay, so with that, let me see. I think we have a bit more time. I want to share with you a real case study. There's a couple in their 80s. They have 3 grown-up children, 1 son, 2 daughters. And 2 of the children has gone overseas. 1 is local, staying with the family, with the parents. Dad is physically well, but dementia has started setting in, and he tends to be forgetful, and he starts slowing down. The mom has already gotten dementia and has kidney failure, so they have to take her for dialysis. So children are what we call sandwich generation, because the children are grown up. Some of them have got families of their own, children of their own, and the 3 children are still looking after their parents financially. So what happened is, what they never expected was that the mom would need a little bit more financial resources because of her dementia and kidney failure. Both parents come from a generation where they don't believe insurance is important. So because of that, the insurance are the 3 children. Fortunately, the 3 children are very, filial piety, still existing in Malaysia, in Asia, and in Asia. Some foreign countries, not so common anymore. So the children actually pool their resources to look after the parents. Okay, now, so how much does it cost? Because since you're going to relook at your retirement plan, and if you are intending to plan right to end of life, these are something that you may want to look at. Like I said, the parents' unexpected health issues and expenses were not planned for, although the parents did have some planning, they have some savings, but because they never planned for health issues, it is into their retirement money. Fortunately, because the 3 children is helping out, so it actually eases off a huge chunk of the expenses. Okay, now the cost of monthly care, when I say monthly care, is inclusive of medication and mom going to for dialysis, and allowance for parents. We are Asian, we still give allowances to our parents because parents take care of us when we're young. So as our parents get on in age, we will want to bless them with a little bit of allowance. All right, and this is an average care for living with caregiver is roughly about 10,000 per month today. If you are looking at a little bit upmarket, then you double it up, it's about 20,000, because having a dedicated good caregiver is not cheap. However, you can still plan for it and make sure that there is enough. I have done that for myself, just in case, although I do have insurance, but I've done extra so that in case my insurance money is used up, there's still some more money, because I don't want my children to have the burden of having to look after me. I want them to be able to use this money and spend more time with me. Okay, so these are things that a real case study that I've seen, and I hope that you are able to pick up some tips from there. Yeah. And if after I've come to the end of my session, but after listening to what I have to share with you, if you feel that you need to speak to someone, if you want assistance in your personal finances, Financial Literacy Month is still on. You can actually go to the virtual financial advisory clinic by logging into the Financial Literacy Month 2021. This is a one-to-one consultation, very private. You can speak to a licensed financial planner. So this is happening between 29th to 31st of October. Yeah. And if after that, sometime in November, December, you felt, hey, oh, I forgot to ask questions, there are some more questions I want to ask, you don't have to worry. Go to smartfinance.my. Over there are about 120 listed financial planners. They are all fully certified. They're all licensed by SC. Okay, and there is a private chat. You can talk to them. The service is free. Going into the website is free. There's no subscription, but we ask for registration because we want to have genuine people coming in and not scammers. So that's why we ask you to register. So I hope that helps. And that would come to the end of my talk. Are there any questions? Happy to take them. Okay, let me check. Okay. So are there any questions, Ila, from the Facebook side?
Yeah, hold on a second. There is one. Okay, there's a few questions coming in.
Right. Thank you, Grace, for your feedback. Okay.
Okay, so if I can start there. Okay, the first question we got, for seniors above 60 years of age, what are the options available for us to increase our retirement funds?
Okay, so of course, investment is one area, but what you invest in is also dependent at this point in time. What is your ability to take risk? And this is where going to someone who's licensed, like the video I like, the fella can ask, dah labur tak? And the fella say, mana license? Same thing, you need to ask. Okay, so go ahead, look for a financial planner and get them to do a quick check if you don't mind, because they need to know your personal circumstances and what you're looking for, how much you're looking at, so that they can help you to grow that. All right. I think there's a question in this chat as well, from Lee Yong. What's the percentage of financial planners have actually successfully achieved their financial goals practically instead of just license with theory? Oh, okay. Those that you see that's listed on Smart Finance, these are people who are financially stable, and they have already achieved their personal finances. That's why they are so passionate about helping the public to do the same as well, and also to avoid mistakes that they have made. That's another important thing. Okay, next question, Ila.
Okay, another one is, will increasing my EPF contribution help in my retirement planning?
A definite yes. It's a definite yes. And if you want to diversify, you can also look at a private retirement scheme, or PRS. That one you can choose where you want to go and how you want to invest. So you can consider both of those. Talk to a financial planner or a consultant if you have a unit trust or PRS consultant that you know of. Okay, any more questions?
Okay, we have one more.
Yes.
If we are living alone without spouse and children, do we need to do estate planning?
Definitely. All the more reason, because especially if you have no children to look after, you will want your money to go somewhere. I just help someone to walk through their estate planning, not married, where they want their money to go, who and how. So yes, you need to do. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you so much, Linnet, for that very informative presentation. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you, Linnet, for speaking in our webinar today. Don't forget, if you wish to watch our webinar again, we will upload the webinar on our YouTube channel in due course. Do check out our previous webinar sessions and on our YouTube channel. Please note that our next webinar, InvestSmart Online Series, will take place next Thursday. Details on our next webinar will be found on our social media platform. Before we end this session, just a quick reminder to all, always check that you are dealing with an authorized company or individual. Always remember to never deposit your money into individual bank account, even if they are licensed or registered with authorities. With that, stay safe, stay at home, and if you need to go out, always maintain physical distancing. Hope to see everyone again at our next webinar. Thank you very much.